The girl woke up. She found her hands frozen solid. Any movement caused her skin to tear in agony. Clenching her teeth, she broke free from the railing. Most of the skin on her hands had peeled off. Severe frostbite had spread across her face. The itch was unbearable and she reached to scratch it. Her friend warned scratching would only make it worse. The cold and hunger slowly chipped away at their sanity. The man decided to climb down the tower using the cable car. The girl begged him to wait a bit longer. Someone might show up to help. The man nodded and leaned on the pole to rest. But minute by minute time kept slipping by. The ski resort remained deserted. The girl couldn't hold back her tears. She wiped her face, accidentally brushing against the frostbitten skin. But she didn't feel anything. The cold had completely numbed her face. When the man woke, he knew they had to rely on themselves. He began inching forward along the cable car line. Every inch drained more of his strength. A dark blur suddenly passed beneath. It was a wolf, waiting for him to fall and become its meal. He managed to reach the next cable car. His hands torn and bloody. He called for the girl to toss him a snowboard. He could use it as protection if he made it down. The girl started to shift, but the bolts began to loosen. The car started to sway, but she still managed to throw the snowboard. The wolf below watched with hungry eyes. The man ignored the pain in his hands. Driven by sheer will, he picked up the pace. He finally reached the ladder, and just as he touched the ground, a starving wolf lunged at him. He fought it off using the board, then slid down the mountain. Two wolves chased closely behind. The girl could only watch helplessly, and pray he'd survive. Another night passed. Luckily there was no blizzard, but as morning came her friend still hadn't returned. Fear set in. Was she going to starve up there? Her boyfriend's body was already buried in snow, a sign that snowfall was getting heavier. She decided to climb down the cable car, but suddenly the bolts gave out. The car dropped rapidly. Thankfully it stopped 2 meters from the ground. She took a breath and jumped. Right then the car broke loose completely, and crushed her leg. She dragged herself down the slope, putting every last bit of strength into crawling. Halfway down she saw a trail of blood. It was from her friend. He had already been killed by the wolves. They locked eyes on her, but they were full and didn't attack. Eventually she reached the bottom. Completely spent, she passed out. A blizzard began to fall again, but just in time a passerby spotted her. She was saved. This film reminds us, never let thrill-seeking cloud your judgment.